13th, for December 13th.
Today, yep.
Make a motion to approve.
A second.
Seconds,
Okay.
And then approval of the meeting minutes from October 25th.
We got a real quick, just a quick vote on that. We can either do, Michelle likes to a lot of times on stuff like this, just, anyone, all in favor say aye, or I can go through the names, regardless of how you want it. I'll go through the names
Okay.
real quick. Dubravik,
Yes.
Eel. Aye. Ingalls,
Yes.
Snyder.
Yes.
Okay.
And any public comments? Nobody's here except,
Yep, not at this time. When we go over yours, if they have questions, so right.
okay, so then now, new business, so
We're gonna
Michael.
ask for a motion to approve the minutes from October 25th, if we could. A motion?
Oh, I thought we did, I'm sorry. A
No,
motion to.
that's fine. We did the agenda. That's
Okay.
fine.
I make a motion to approve the minutes from October 25th.
I don't think I was here.
I'll second the motion, I was here.
Perfect. Dubravik,
Yes.
Eel,
Yes.
Ingalls,
Yes.
Snyder.
Yes.
Perfect.
Okay. new
Now we're to
business.
new business. Okay. What we have, everyone, is Moss Hamblin. Am I pronouncing your last name correctly? He and his wife purchased 404 East Cass in 2019. I don't know if he was aware of some of the history of it. It had been a home used as a rental for a number of years. And the previous owner came before us in December of 2018 to do a re-roof and to demo the garage. It was basically the landlord. He was from Traverse City. I included a letter that we sent to him after that meeting. Basically, the roof work was approved with architectural shingles and with the vents, making sure any new vents or the vents were put on the back side of the peak so that they were less visible from the sidewalk. But the request to demo the garage was turned down, and you folks gave very specific reasons. Well, it partly was the landlord was not here. He was in Traverse City, and he was not here, so he couldn't answer any questions. And there were questions that had to do with the siding on the garage that's to be removed because, how are you going to handle the siding on the home, the inside of the garage that abuts the house when you take that off? What the heck is that going to look like? The other thing that you folks brought up were the footings were clearly separating from the garage, leaning towards the neighbor's house. Were they going to be removed or not? And was not able to answer any questions. And as a result, it was denied. So, Mr. Hamblin, they are dealing with the same situation, except it's getting worse. What I have here is this is a photo of the house from the front. This was from 2018. So this is with the other application. And this here is what the garage looked like in 2018. The door was just falling down. You can see where the garage or the footings were separating and the garage was beginning to tilt. If you look way over in the upper left, you can see where the garage is actually separating from the home because the footings and foundation are giving away. So it's not gotten better, obviously. So this afternoon I went and took a picture, and you can kind of see right in the center here the daylight. This is near the back of the garage. It is just ready to come tumbling down towards the house next door. If you look kind of in the right side of the picture, you can see how far the wall has shifted away from the edge of the footing here. It's shifting a long ways, and this is all going. This is starting to crack, and it's rotted. So This is the current situation. And Mr. Hamblin has told me that he definitely plans to salvage the siding from the home, or the siding that's there, to be able to use on that, what will be the new exterior wall to the west. And he does plan on having the concrete footing removed, just taken out. And so that is the situation as of today and this moment. This is considered a contributing site. It is a home that was built in the years 1878 to 1883. So it is it is definitely considered a contributing site. So with that, I guess I'm just going to leave it open for questions from you folks, and Moss is here to answer questions which you may have, and that's kind of it at the moment.
So on the new exterior wall, isn't there already siding on the inside of there?
There is it, but there isn't.
Okay.
There, up over the top, there's none, and then there's where they tie it in.
Okay. Gotcha.
Okay.
So you'll just
So
tie it in
I'm
with the
gonna
old
use
stuff.
that siding to fix all that.
Okay.
If they thrash the siding with demolition of the garage, will you just have new siding then put up if not enough of that is salvageable?
There's
Matching siding, I
not a
mean.
whole lot to replace.
Oh, that's good.
But I'm
Mhm.
gonna take it off anyhow and
Okay.
use it. I really don't think it's gonna be easy to find 3-inch wood siding.
Yeah.
If you need it, we had our whole house resided with the same of what was on the house before from McBain Lumber, any lumber company. It's a matter of just ordering, like for like. But obviously, if you can save what's there, that saves you money,
Right.
But yeah, if for some reason it gets thrashed, they can duplicate that for you.
Right.
I've replaced them on my own house. That's the 3-inch, and if you go to Home Depot, they have it in concrete board actually,
Right.
and you just looks just good. It'll last forever. So that's an option too. It's a concrete board, I would think.
Well,
But ideally,
from my understanding,
use wood. Yeah, we want to keep it wood.
Historical board says you gotta put on what's there,
Yep.
Yeah.
so I don't think they can replace it with cement board. I don't know.
They would be the one to talk to when that
Right.
comes up. But you've got two neighbors. John lives across the street. Gwen and Mark live behind you, and they have resources, as do we. If you really get into a material thing, don't be bashful about contacting us and asking who they recommend.
That's fine.
Well, hopefully, if you're doing it yourself, you're careful about whatever. You'll probably, if there's not much to replace, you'll probably have enough salvage to use. But just if you needed other, they definitely still have siding that could replace that for you.
Right.
With the wood.
Yeah, it looks like there's a lot. There's no window looking at the brick house, is there, from the garage? No, so then there's a lot of siding. Did we decide that garage probably was added on later?
Yes.
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 And,
It's been there a long time, though.
yeah, and then when you have the garage off, you'll be able to also, if you ever need to do any work on the back side of the house, somebody can at least get
Right.
back there too. Because do you have much, like, on the other side of the house, up the hill, like
No,
just a few feet?
actually, I got the guy's retaining wall about ready to come into my house.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, you can see it on the left side of the picture here, Mark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
not leaning severely, but it's definitely leaning towards their
And in the
house.
back.
Oh, in the back. Okay. Yeah.
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 I think I've seen that
Area.
in
I walked
the
back
alley.
here and cleaned it out because what the deal is, there's cement back there that leans toward that.
I see.
And it was filled up with dirt and toys and all kind of stuff from the last person. And I was getting water in the basement. I cleaned that out and no no more water,
Oh,
okay? So I clean it out every time the leaves come down and the walnuts fall, I clean it out. A little scary because it ain't leaning.
yeah.
I mean, it's almost a whole 6-8 inches past my chimney, just cracked and it's leaning. And all the way in the back, it's all busted and you can see the rod that's in it.
I'm just curious,
It's
just,
kinda
oh,
scary.
I'm curious, is that, in the back side of the garage, is that a door to go through?
Yeah, there's a man door.
Oh, like, okay, it looks like another garage door with those 3 windows. I was just curious, okay.
Yeah, it's just off to the left side here. It's a wooden plank door. Looks like maybe a piece of plywood or something like that,
Okay.
almost.
It's just those 3 windows look like a garage
It's
door.
a main door.
And then, so you're just gonna do without a garage then?
Yeah,
Okay,
I really don't need one other than, I might check you guys to see if I can put up a little shed.
towards the back even,
Yeah.
yeah, like,
I'll put it all the way back, it don't
Yeah.
matter to me, just for a lawnmower and stuff.
sure. I don't even know how that works, but I guess that's a whole nother,
That's
the whole nother,
conversation.
yeah, yeah,
A whole nother issue.
okay.
This group actually approved like a really nice, it really turned out nice, a small shed for garden tools and that, and I'm drawing a blank on her name, but she's probably about a half a dozen doors from you, John.
On Cass, I
And it's
remember.
set way in the back, kind of near the alley.
Near Dr.
and
Wolf's place.
Next, I don't know if it's the one next to him, they did a fence, but I'm just, her last name is Starlin, Kurt. Yes, her last name is Starlin. So,
Cool, okay. Any other questions? Anybody? And
The only question I got is about that roof. It says that you gotta approve the shingle. So obviously it's not a 3-tab, right? It's gotta be an engineered shingle or something
Yeah,
like that.
architectural.
See a roof on
usually.
it.
Moss,
Is there a roof
Moss,
here?
I will get you, excuse me, everyone, I will get you a copy of the, what's called certificate of appropriateness that we sent to the previous owner. It basically describes that a architectural style shingle, asphalt shingles to be used, because you've got asphalt on there now, and it also specifically addresses some vents, because obviously they redo that.
One thing, could you be able to put in a roof tank? Just to add those ugly things on your house?
A roof what, I'm sorry?
vent.
A roof tank.
Like a
Like a ridge
ridge
cap
vent.
vent?
Yeah, it's got shingles on it.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah, versus.
I would
a-
think so.
I'm not aware that that would not be allowed.
Yeah, I don't think that'd be a
No,
problem.
that's pretty
It's
standard.
probably less, yeah, it's standard, it's less visible than,
Having that tin on
Pipe,
the-
yeah.
Right.
sure,
Yeah.
yeah. And I'll get you a copy of that.
Okay.
I will get you a copy of that.
Are you thinking about doing the roof pretty soon?
Well, I'm gonna have to do it, because every time it rains or snows,
Yeah.
some roof comes off.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Thank God it ain't leaked.
yeah.
It still ain't leaking,
It's not? Wow.
but
Mhm.
every time something happens, the shingles come off.
Mhm.
And
John, I
think it's
yeah.
due to that other owner, I don't think he did nothing with it.
He did not, he did
Yeah.
not. John, I left that blank paper in front of you there. He had made a comment to me earlier, he was curious who the contractor was that you worked with.
Oh, yep. I'll write it down
Yeah.
for you.
So,
Yeah, the only thing I like about him is what he did.
Yeah, yeah. There's the.
Your one that goes up,
Oh, the
he
turret?
did it last.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
stupid when you already got the shingles down there.
Yeah.
That's what I think, you know.
Yeah. He's going back to fix some more things, so he's going to be tearing up some more shingles and ripping them back out.
Because it looked like he hit the siding a few times.
Yeah. Yeah, there's quite a few things that still need to be fixed on
Mhm.
it. Yeah. I don't know if I'd recommend them, but but we'll see how they finish the job.
in that appropriateness of shingles, does that talk about the color?
We
like
generally don't, but I know you folks have always recommended a
Darker shade, yeah.
darker shade
And-
of shingle.
And that's because that was in like one of the, I think, one of the Michigan historical
Mhm.
guidelines. They suggest that.
And
as
you look
well.
at some of the homes with the lighter shade of particularly like a
Gray.
tan or whatever, and they really don't look as nice, I don't personally think, but that's
Yeah,
just
I think
me.
the darker looks good too.
So,
It's better, yeah.
Yeah. Your shingles look nice.
Thanks.
But I guess we'll have to, I don't know if we're going to deal with that or not when that comes time, but I mean, if you replace, like with like,
yeah, like for like, I want to have a short discussion about that after we're done with this case.
okay. So, any other questions or comments? No?
Did you, hi, did you have a quote for to repair the garage, or did you,
I'm taking
Not-
it down myself.
but did you look at trying to salvage the garage at all, or are you just preferable
Oh,
to?
it's
demolition.
too much to salvage. You'd have to jack the garage up, pour new footings. And then worth it. For one. For two, the insurance company said it has to come down.
Okay.
That will one or the other have to get
Yeah.
fixed or come down to be insurable, correct?
Mm-hmm.
I just know, like, personally, if I was on a narrow lot, I would want somehow, I mean, because the garage isn't original. I mean, it's older, but
Yeah.
probably 30s, I'm going to guess.
Mhm.
But, it would really be nice to have access to the back of your house with the equipment if you ever needed to do any work back there.
Mhm.
Because they're all really tight right there.
Mhm.
Well, I'm gonna approach you later about a fence. You got part of one back there now. It's just a wood fence, okay? And I'd like to bring it up and put gates, just to keep people out.
Yeah.
When we first moved in and we're running down the side of the garage.
Mm.
Ooh.
Really? Like, that's funny.
Yeah,
Wow.
for one.
Between your
Two.
house, there's not much room there.
Oh, there isn't, no, between,
I had to take the fence down for the guy behind us because his siding was never put on back there. He had some guy doing it, so I had to take that down. And why I had it down, some guy's gonna try to take a 10 feet through there. I'm like, dude, there's no way to get through, you know?
It's funny. Huh.
So I would like kinda add on to that and put a gate
yeah.
there,
Okay.
just to keep people out. I mean, it ain't much of a backyard anyhow, but
Okay, well, I guess, to make a motion, Michael, or Mike, do I make the motion?
It should be someone else. I
Okay.
mean, Michelle normally does not. Normally, the chairperson does
Doesn't make-
not.
Okay, who'd like to make
You're
a?
not our chairperson, but you're
Okay.
filling in, but
I'll make the motion to pass.
Make a motion to, as we discussed here,
Yep, as we discussed,
he'll use the siding to
Yeah.
fill in the places, okay.
and demolish the garage.
And a second?
A second.
okay. Ingalls,
Yes.
Eel,
Yes.
Dubravik,
Yes.
Snyder.
Yes.
Mosh, you may remove the garage and demo the footings as we've discussed here. I will send you a short certificate. It's called a Certificate of Appropriateness, which describes in detail what we've discussed here.
right,
And you'll get that within a week.
okay,
Okay?
yeah.
Good to go. This group is available anytime you have questions or you are looking for references for materials or people that have done work. And we don't charge anything for it, so
Okay, that'd be great. I know I could get a lot of quotes, but it's all from Angie's list. I just assume I use those kind of people. I mean, they're paying to get advertised, so
Yep.
that should tell you something.
good.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for
Right.
coming
Nice
in.
meeting you.
Yeah, nice, yeah. I do have a question, though. I'm just like, when you mow the yard, do you have to like take the lawnmower through the garage and through the door to do the backyard? Because I don't see, okay, so I figured. Okay.
Actually,
make that easier.
I actually have to mow the backyard more than I do the front. And I don't know why, there's 2 big trees back there.
Mm.
I'm so sorry for the garbage guys, because I give them at least 20 bags of nuts.
Yeah, walnuts. Yeah, I've done that some years. Yeah, yeah. Oh, they hit like they hit Burton's carriage house and
Bounce.
like, oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that thing really puts them out.
Some of those trees are huge back there.
Oh, yeah.
Huge.
I have to drive back and look.
Behind that tree is, a couple of inches.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good.
Cool.
Oh, it seems like I get everybody's leaves too.
Yeah.
Fences
I'm
help
used
with
to
that.
From downstate, I used to get all the leaves down there too.
Yep.
Great.
It's probably mine blown across the street to you.
Mm-hmm.
Because I never pick up my leaves.
Right.
They're always gone. I don't know what happened to them.
Well, you're like in a wind kind of a valley, like
Yeah.
things just because of the carriage house, your house, you're like,
Tell you what, I think I moved to Chicago.
Oh, the Windy City?
The wind,
yeah.
windy all the time.
Yep.
My wife's got a couple of those chimes out there. And they go all night long.
Cool.
I'm surprised my neighbors ain't got on us.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you for coming and rescuing this house.
Yeah.
Taking- and
Good luck
taking
on that
care of it,
project.
yeah.
Yeah.
Be careful demoling
I
it.
don't think it'd be bad. Like I told Mike, I used to build $400,000 homes down in downstate.
Oh, wow. So you have construction background then?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's great.
I'm actually a licensed electrician.
Oh, cool.
Oh, neat.
Are you
That house
still
probably needs some
working?
electrical.
Yeah, really. Yeah.
That's
I know.
another
Do
topic.
you do plumbing also?
Really?
Yeah, we have
Always
his
perked
phone
up.
number. We have his phone number now.
Yeah.
Licensed
We know where you
electrician.
live.
Yeah.
I've had that for, I don't know, probably 30 years.
Okay,
Awesome.
good, good.
And
Wonder what he's gonna do with
truthfully, I never, in the business, I always worked for somebody.
Mhm.
That's
I wanna-
And I used my license for
Go
a
on.
company that I worked
I'll
for.
ask.
Sure.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
I worked for Magna. I don't know if you ever heard of them.
Yep.
Big company.
Manufacturing.
Uh,
No, it's a different
They put
one.
it to me, but
Okay.
I did okay when I was with them.
Mm-hmm.
And they let about 7 of us go. And I think it was because of our age. They said no, but
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
no, it's-
I have one more question. Just even though we approved, I'm just curious. The garage and the cement, like on the floor. What do you plan on doing with that?
what?
The cement, like in the garage, like the garage floor.
The garage floor? Well, unfortunately, I'm on Social Security, so I can only do so much.
Sure. That's
Okay. That whole driveway needs to be replaced.
yeah. I can see it's like really yeah.
The stairs going to the house need to be replaced.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It all needs done. But I can only do so much at a time.
No,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
I was just thinking it'd make a cool patio maybe, but it's just,
Mm.
Well,
It's not a bad idea.
yeah.
my wife's ideal is making a trail in the backyard, patio stones,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and she's got a gazebo that is cloth, steel cloth, and it's got screens and curtains. And she's wanting to put that up sometime and put this trail with a garden back
That'd be nice.
there. Yeah, I wouldn't have got no grass.
Yeah.
She could do the weeding.
Yeah.
Yep. Good.
But anyhow, that's what her plans are.
All right.
All right. Wonderful.
Thank you.
And again, thanks. Yeah, and welcome to the neighborhood.
Yes.
Yeah,
Right.
Thank you.
thank you.
Let's see where we are.
Old business.
Old business.
Yep. Basically, the old business, John, as we know, redid your roof,
Mm-hmm.
like for like, architectural shingles. you know, it's done, so there's really not anything that needs to be done on this board's part at this time. What I did want to just make you aware of, and I just in an email did a little outline, mentioned it to Michelle, was possibly next year this group looking at somehow defining maybe if like for like, particularly if it's architectural asphalt shingles, if maybe that would be something that against the way I understand the current rules could, you know, either be an administrative approval or approval with just over the phone or something like that. And I think it's really got to be tightly defined, because clearly you don't want any kind of administrative approval if someone in any way makes a change to a roof line, a soffit, a pour, you know what I mean? You know, because of some of the, you know, things we have with one, getting a quorum, but the other thing is, in your case, John, all of a sudden a contractor that you think is going to do something in the spring says, well, I can do it next week. And it's just something I wanted to throw out there for discussion next year. I have real mixed feelings about it, because I like having you folks approve stuff, but the last thing you want to do is hold up something, and right now we've got a real issue with contractors all of a sudden showing up and doing roofs all over town without getting any building permits.
Really?
Well,
And, after you saw all these proliferation of signs, these roofing companies from downstate and all over, I personally called at least 5 different roofing companies and said, hey, you're putting signs all over. One, you can't be putting, you know, off-premise advertising signs all over our town. And 2, you need to understand that you need to get building permits to re-roof a home. And most cities don't require a building permit for that. But when our city council went with Associated Government Services as our building inspector here a few years back, they specifically told AGS that they wanted the most recent building code followed, both residential and commercial. There's nowhere in the Michigan Residential Building Code that says re-roofing a house is exempt from building permits. And, you know, my opinion of it is, I know I'm going to have to get my roof done within a couple of years, is, you know, based on what I'm assuming it's going to cost, paying an extra $155 to have an inspector look over the plans and make sure it's done according to the Michigan Building Code is a small price to pay to, you know what I mean? And so just something for throw at you for consideration in 2021 or 2022, and I certainly don't mind bringing stuff before you folks. But, you know, we've had some odd things happen with regard to roofs. You discovering the one on East Harris, Mark,
oh yeah.
you know, and I mean, they've already got stuff tore off by the time we know. So it's just, yeah,
Neighborhood police.
right. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I think when you were doing your home, there were like 3 projects with roofs. Like one was near you, one was,
Oh,
I think, in between us, then you. So yeah,
They're all over.
just a few weeks ago. Yeah.
yeah, I remember just running an errand after work on a Friday night, and I don't know, I sometimes will take a back street just to see if there's anything I haven't seen in a while, which I sometimes regret, and all of a sudden on this is a Friday night at 5:30, and you know, half a roof's tore off a house in town, and I'm going, well, I know they didn't get any permits, and you're like, you know, and you just hope they do the job well. I mean, it's not the $155 I care about, but you just hope they do it right, so it's going to last 30 years.
Right.
So that's all.
Okay.
Done talking.
Okay.
I'm
Thanks. Any commissioner comments? Oh, and there's no public comments. Somebody'd like to make a motion to adjourn.
Sure, I'll motion to adjourn.
That's it. We're done.
Okay,
I don't
great,
think we
thank
need to
you.
vote on that.
Okay.